Behold the eternal glory of Jetfire.
I tell you, this guy did not age well.
Egibus, your source for import toys. Cybertron Weekly is your central hub for everything Transformers.
Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another Transformers review. Today we're taking a look at a Takara 30th anniversary figure, and it's the leader class Jetfire. I picked this figure up for my good friend Hanny at the Egibus. Definitely check it out, and the link's down below. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. This has actually been sitting on the shelf for, man, about a month or two now, and if not a little bit longer, and I figured, you know what, I think it's time to take a look at this guy. Now, I purposely waited for the Takara version when this figure first came out because that Hasbro version had all that chrome on it. I really didn't like it. And the Takara version was the opposite, didn't have any chrome on it, which is kind of strange because usually that kind of stuff you would see a reverse of. Hasbro would have the more basic look, whereas the Takara generally has the better paint job, the more chrome additives and things to that kind of nature. But in this figure, it was reversed. And the odd thing is, I still prefer it, the Takara over the Hasbro, even though it's more of a base color. It looks right, and it definitely looks cool. So let's go ahead and get this started and take a look at the packaging. Alright, so here we have Jetfire in package. Very cool 30th anniversary Generations Takara packaging. Definitely liking this. Really, really nice artwork right here. It says Takara Tomy, Jetfire, and some Japanese I don't know. Transformers, it's got the 30th anniversary down there. Very, very cool. Definitely liking the figure in the jet form. I think the Hasbro version actually has him in the robot form. It's been a while since I've seen that in the stores. I just cannot recall. Side of the package has that same artwork kind of blown up here along with the Transformers in Japanese. The other side of the package has a picture of Jetfire in his robot mode, along with the Japanese at the top. The bottom's got the same little LGO7 at the bottom, looking really nice. Definitely digging the kind of G1 style artwork on the box. Top of the package, once again, we get this really cool Transformers Legends logo up here with the Japanese Takara Tomy, and of course we got a picture of the bot again. Here we have the back of the package, and I'm really digging this. I like how the artwork's kind of a watermark in the background. We've got robot mode, we got jet mode. It talks about his little mask. There's a bunch of Japanese I don't understand, and then at the bottom we have some funny little cartoons. Yay, funny little cartoons. That's about it for the package. Let's go ahead and get Jetfire out of the box and see what we think. Alright, so one cool thing about the instructions, I like, again, the artwork and the G1 kind of deco. But if you flip on this side, he's actually got the stats for the character and probably a bio. So there are the stats. If you want to pause and read that, you can do that. If you can read Japanese and you want to read the bio, there you go. The other cool thing is on the inside of the comic, or inside of the instructions, there's a comic book, which is very cool. I don't know Japanese too much, but I know it goes backwards, so I think we've got Jetfire kind of, hey, what's going on? He flies in, looks like Tankor's causing some problems. He looks around, decides, all right, enough of this crap, puts on his helmet, and then he shoots Tankor. Blam, there goes Tankor. The little Maximals are all kinds of happy. And then he talks to them, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. We got Optimus that shows up, and then Roadbuster's down there as well. So, yeah, everybody's all happy. So, kind of interesting. I'm not sure what that's all about, but it's kind of cute that they throw things like that in there. So here we have Jetfire out of the package, and I gotta say, this is a fantastic update to the original G1 toy. I never had the original toy, but my cousin had it, a friend of mine had it, so I've got to handle the figure quite a bit when I was a kid. I'm very familiar with it, and this just really, really takes me back. The design, the color, even this silver Autobot logo up here on the nose, I think that is super nice. That just so takes me back to the G1 figure. I do like how the cockpit does open. That is very cool. We get some nice design in there. Very cool. That Autobot logo is just so awesome. Really do dig that. Yeah, I mean, the wings, love these red lines. A lot of articulation in the jet mode, which is nice. These wings up here do fold up and down, and then these wings back here can fold inward like thus, which is very cool. Again, that's just like the old toy. It did the same thing, and that was just one of the fun bits about this figure. I really like it. I like the engines up here. Tons of thrusters in the back. Very, very cool. On the bottom, you can store lots of weapons, which is very, very cool. Definitely digging that. There's this little fake windshield there. The landing gear does fold up. Very nice. Very cool. And then another thing I like, if it'll focus here, it's got these little built-in machine guns on both sides. That is super, super sick. Definitely digging that. Love the air intakes. I mean, overall, this is a superb looking figure. I can't get over how well they put this jet mode together. It just really takes you back to the original series. For comparison, here we have the new leader class Jetfire with the old Chug Jetfire. This little guy's seen better days. I'm not sure. I couldn't find his missiles. They're in a box somewhere. But yeah, definitely cool to see the two of them together. This is actually still a pretty good figure and a good sized figure. I really do like this one, but this one is just miles above it in design and just so super sick looking. Okay, for those of you who loved the old G1 Jetfire Skyfire figure that was basically a repainted Robotech toy, Valkyrie, it had a Gerwalk mode, which was half jet, half robot. This one does kind of have it. Unfortunately, it's not really built for it. The legs do come down, but they have no knee articulation, and he's kind of pointed upward a little bit. His arms can come out, and you can move them around a bit, depending on what you want to do, but the hands are backwards because of transformation, but it does do it, I suppose. You know, like he's getting ready to jump up into the sky or something. But it'd been nice if we could have got a little bit better Gerwalk mode out of this guy, especially since we got one out of the Whirl figure, which was very, very cool. Alright, so let's compare the Gerwalk mode of this leader class Jetfire to the Chug. Here we have the two Jetfires, or Skyfires, whatever you want to call this guy, in their Gerwalk mode, and, well, quite frankly, I think the Chug pulls this off a little bit better than the leader class, but it is still kind of fun to see the two of them together. I think this one looks a little bit better if you've got this one standing underneath it. They're just kind of walking over it. Definitely fun. If you like Robotech, this is something you always want to do with a Jetfire figure. So here we have Jetfire in his robot mode, and he looks pretty cool. Transformation on this is not too terribly bad. However, I will say some of these parts feel very thin when you're transforming him, and it kind of scares me. Now, he does come with a secondary gun, which is very red, but the detail on it's really nice. It's got a launching missile, which goes super far, so I'm just going to pull the missile off there because I keep launching it across the room. Now, this is an actual thing. Here's the helmet that he's got, which is very neat, and I'll show that off. But this is official. This is supposed to do this. You take this helmet, and you put it there for storage. That's where this helmet stores when it's not on him. How ridiculous is that? So, yeah, that's a thing, an actual thing in the instructions. But looking at the figure itself, I mean, he's pretty decent. He stands pretty tall. He has backpack from hell. He's got really nice feet back here, though. I really, really do dig that. Now, this is the official way to transform him with these pieces up here like that. I don't particularly care for this. It's just too tall. I like to flip it around, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Now, this works on the Chug figure because these actually flip down for weapons. This one doesn't. Now, if you want him to have his jetpack, you need it in this mode here because his thrusters are there. But again, I don't care for that. So I'm just going to lower this down, and then I'm going to pull this piece off. You can then, there are a set of clips here. You just clip it back into place, turn it upside down like that. You're going to fold that up, and there he is. And I think that looks way better. It's still a little tall. I wish that was a little bit shorter, but it is what it is. But I think that looks a lot better than having those two gigantic red pieces over his shoulders. Here's a close-up of the figure, and I love the head sculpt on it. I think they did a really good job. That chest piece with the Autobot logo and the silver underneath looks really cool. The red paint apps. The shoulders look nice. I think they did a really good job with that. Now, the back of the figure, not too terribly bad. I mean, all the wings are kind of folded up. We got the nose of the jet kind of there with the big thrusters here. Again, I like them reversed. I think it balances the figure off a little bit better. And the other thing that kind of disappoints me are these pieces right here on the wings. I wish you could do something with that, but it is what it is. So taking a look at the midsection of the figure, the guns look pretty good on it. I really like it with these little double barrels hanging off the arms, the molding and the black paintwork, and I love the flat red versus that chrome. The waist area looks really nice. I'm definitely digging all the red paint picks and the black on the legs. They did a really good job on that. It just looks really, really nice. And again, I mean, the backpack, it doesn't look too terribly bad. Again, with this piece down, I think it minimizes that nose cone a lot on the figure. So taking a look at the legs of the figure, I like the paint scheme, the white, the little black details in there. I wish the landing gear folded up. It looked kind of funny sticking out like some weird ears or something on his ankles. That's a little disappointing. Love the balance of the big heels on the feet for the backpack. It just works really well. He does have some hollow gaps in the back of his legs. Some people don't like that, but I don't look at the back of the figure much, so that doesn't bother me as much as those landing gear just kind of sticking out in the open like that. As far as articulation goes on this figure, it's okay. He does have a head swivel on his neck. He does look up a great deal, which is very, very nice. He's got, his arms can move out like that. They can move out like that. He's got ratchets at his elbows. Unfortunately, there is no articulation in his wrist, which is unfortunate. He's got a ball joint at his hip, and he does have joints at his knees, and he does have some articulation in his feet, but that's really more for transformation. And here we have a close-up of Jetfire's face, and I really do like that. I think this has a more G1 cartoon look in robot mode than the Jet does. The Jet looks more like the G1 toy to me, which it's kind of nice that we see both of those combined into this figure here. Now, here is his little mask. Get that focused in. Focus. I'm going to focus. So, yeah, it looks pretty cool. I definitely like it. Now, these do not bend, FYI. So, what we're going to do is put it onto Jetfire's face, and it just clips on there. So, we're just going to slide it on like that, and there it is. And, wow, that guy looks super, super cool. I like that look. I think that looks a lot cooler than the actual robot face. But some people like that face. That's pretty cool. You can't go wrong with it. I just think the mask looks a lot better. For comparison, here we have the leader class Jetfire with the Chug version, and they both have their merits. This one's definitely a lot smaller in the robot mode than the newer one. The newer one definitely has more of a G1 look, especially when he doesn't have his mask on. And, to be honest, I mean, this one looks a lot cooler, but the plastic in this one's still a lot more sturdy than this figure is. So, it is what it is, and this one's kind of got the butterfly wings, where this has more of the classic Jetfire wings. So I definitely like both of them, but this is definitely a lot cooler figure. Alright, Alright, so here we have the leader class figure and the Chug figure face to face, just to kind of compare the two faces. Definitely pretty cool. I think that the leader class looks more like the G1 cartoon than the Chug does, but you know, they both look pretty cool, and the nice thing is they both have battle masks. I like how they you know, kept that going over. So once again, we're going to put the Jetfire mask on. So we'll put this one on first. If I can get it to clamp on there. Come on, buddy. There we go. So there's Jetfire's, the leader class, looking all kinds of cool. And then let's put the Chug one on. Get him to slide on here. Like thus. Looking all kinds of cool. Yeah, so there they are together. Looking very, very cool. I like it. Definitely different, but they are both very cool. I like how they have the battle masks. It's just this nice little accessory. Very, very cool, but I think the leader class looks better. And finally, here we have the leader class Jetfire next to the leader class Megatron. Wow, leader class figures have gotten so much smaller. Now, of course, he's from the 30th anniversary. This is from Combiner Wars, and he does have his upgrade kit, so he's a little bit taller. Without these shoes, they're about the same size, but definitely cool to see them together. Although I think this guy should really be a little bit bigger than him. Maybe we'll get a third-party add-on kit to give this guy a little bit more bulk and height. So is the Takara Jetfire leader class a figure that you want in your Transformers collection? You know, that's a good question. If you missed the original Hasbro version, then this might be something you want to pick up if you can find it. It is a bit more expensive than the Hasbro. The Hasbro was, what, around $40? This thing was $75. Now, if you like the Takara stuff over the Hasbro stuff, you're definitely going to like this one better, I think. Just in general, though, the flat red on the figure looks so much better than that chrome red on the Hasbro version, so I'm really glad I waited and picked this one up. Even though it was, you know, a bit more expensive, I think it looks better in the long run. Kind of like that Beast Hunters Optimus Prime did with the blue windows versus the Hasbro green windows. I didn't understand that. I didn't understand the chrome red on this one. So, to be honest, spend a little extra money if you're a serious collector and get a really nice flat red leader class Jetfire. I think it's worth it. Now, if you're just a fair weather fan, yeah, go for the Hasbro. So there he is, Jetfire from the Takara 30th Anniversary Legends line.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hate this video, thumbs it down. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Don't forget to subscribe and share. And as always, look for more videos in the future.